Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Listen to Steve Harvey. Listen to Steve Harvey. Why don't you join in? Yeah. Steve Harvey. Get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, won't you join in with me? Come with me, help me say. Turn your radio on. You gotta. Turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. I know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Okay, here's one for you today. This is one that's deep inside of me. So this one right here, I know this one very, very well. I want to talk to you today about success, but I want to talk to you about it like I usually do in terms of a principle of it. But I want to share something with you about it. And I was talking to my daughter about it. I've talked about my son-in-law about it, talked about it with all my children. And I'm really starting to express it to them now because, mine range from age 31 down to 16. So I'm talking to a wide range of people constantly. But I want to share something with you. And this is very, very real, and there is no way around this. If you have any aspiration of being successful, if you have any inkling that you want to change for the better and become successful in that change, I want you to realize, starting right now, the effort that it's going to require. And that's why I think it stops a lot of people. I think a lot of people are never told or don't understand the sheer effort that it takes to become successful at anything in any area of your life. You know, I think people think that if they do their best they can, that'll cut it. Well, that's not enough. Here is the light bulb. That's not enough. If you think that doing your best is enough, I got news for you. It's not. Well, Steve, what if you've done your best, though, and your best ain't good enough? Well, let me ask you that same question. Hold on. If you want to be successful and you've done your best and best isn't good enough, what, you through? That's it? But, Steve, it was my best. No. It was the best you had at that time and that particular day. But tomorrow, add something to it. You've never done everything. There is no you can't go no more. You can't add no more. I've seen marathon runners end up crawling across the line. I've seen triathlon people, man, just staggering in the street and didn't want nobody to help them because they knew that would disqualify them from the race. You got more. Have you ever dipped into your reserve tank. That's what we're talking about now. See, all of us have a reserve tank. On my ranch, I like to ride four-wheelers. I have all-terrain vehicles. And all of them have a gas tank on it. And a gas tank, and most of mine, let me see all of them. Yeah, all of them have gas tank needles on them. And it lets me know when I get down towards E, there's a little lane that's red that lets me know, okay, Steve, you're in the danger zone now. You're riding into the lowest part of your tank. But if I keep riding and I forget to get some gas in there, guess what? When it runs out of gas, all of my all-terrain vehicles, all of them, Honda, Polaris, all of them, those are the makers. There's a button on the gas tank itself that I can click and it says reserve. That means they know that for the hardcore riders, they're going to ride somewhere and they're going to get themselves in a situation and they're going to run out of everything. They're going to run out of road. They're going to run out of gas. They've prepared because they know for the hardcore rider, every hardcore rider needs a reserve tank. And so there's a button that you can click on the gas tank that clicks it into a reserve, and it'll give you about 50 miles or 20 miles worth of gas in there. Now, guess what? In that reserve, that may be all you need to get you to where you're going or get you back to safety so you can refuel. Don't tell me you've done your best. When your best don't cut it, what you gonna do? See, when best is possible, then good enough ain't enough. See, you can flip that any kind of way you want to. But if the best is possible, then good enough, it ain't enough, man. See, that's good enough. But if the best is possible, why would you not shoot for that? And you are all capable of making it. You are all capable of being successful if you change your mindset. But you've got to change your mindset and realize the effort that has to be put forth in becoming successful. You've got to do it relentlessly over and over and over and over. And every day I try to do something to progress my life for the better. I try to do something every day. I wake up every day with a plan, some phone calls, some meetings, some interviews, something, man, that's going to advance and move the brand forward. Because here's what's going to happen, you all. Let's say you reach your goal. Let's say your goal is to make $100,000. Well, I got news for you. Listen to this. When you make the $100,000, you can't go nowhere and go on vacation and put your hand behind your head and say, I made $100,000. Guess what you got to do? You got to find a way now to maintain that $100,000 to keep it coming in. See, you can't just get there and stop and rest and whoa. It is harder to maintain your success than it is to get successful. See, let's say, let me show you this. Suppose it takes you 5 to 8 years to find a way to make $50,000. Let's say it takes you 5 to 8 years to find a way to make an extra $50,000. And you finally, through work and effort, you get to the $50,000 mark. It's only just begun now. Because guess what? In order to keep the 50 coming in, you got to duplicate what you did to get there. And then, here's what you're going to have the audacity, being a human being, you're going to want another 50 because you're a human being. Because you got to have something else to shoot for. Now you're going to want another 50. Well, now guess what you got to do now? Now you got to do what you did before, plus you got to come up with something else. Then after that, you're going to have the audacity, because you're humans, you're going to want another 50. So that's how this works. And see, that's the importance of your relationship with God, because you're going to constantly need him. And ain't ever a point where you're going to be through needing him. But there ain't going to become a point in your life where you're going to be through wanting nothing, unless you done just gave up. And if you done gave up, who wants that? Come on, y'all. This is going to take quite a bit of effort. And if you think it'll come to you any other way, you're sadly mistaken. because of all the successful people I know that the effort they put out on a daily basis is daunting. And I think that the average person just doesn't understand the requirement of time and effort that it takes to get there and willingness to put it out. You got to cut a lot of monkey business out your life. All that hanging out, all that late and all that clubbing, all that drinking, all that, you got to cut a whole lot of monkey business out to be successful, man. If you're planning on being successful, get up early, stay up late, work, try, think, meet, greet, smile, attract. It takes a lot. Let's go. But you can do it. God is passing out blessings all day long. Why are you not in line for yours? I'm telling you right now, I want everything God got for me. Because what he's shown me so far, if he got some more, man, oh man, how good is God, huh?
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. The following people that I'm about to introduce you are just as much a part of this as I am. Without them, this would not be possible, with the exception of the third person I'll be introducing today comes with an asterisk next to his name due to the number of appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Strawberry.
Hey, good morning, Steve. Kentucky Derby, Steve Harvey.
We'll address that in just a minute. Junior.
Yeah, morning.
Oh, okay. Oh, I taste it.
What's that about?
Ladies and gentlemen, here's one with the asterisk, J. Anthony Brown.
What's up, man? How you doing? Watch out there now.
All right, little tightness over there, too.
Yeah,
Tommy Tom.
What it do, baby boy?
Yeah. Okay. Junior, you okay? What's wrong?
You back, huh?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, okay.
He's
All
upset
What's
he
wrong,
didn't come.
You know exactly what's wrong.
Let's just get to it.
You know what's wrong, Shirley. You know.
You know what's all over social media.
Yeah.
What's all over social media?
You know what's all over social media, what we've been getting calls about.
About everything.
You know. Yeah.
What?
But first of all, you and Marjorie getting divorced. That first.
Yeah, we heard that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That first part.
Tommy texted me and said, hey, man, what do I say to all these people on social media that be talking about you, man? I'm tired. Hey, man,
It got on my nerve.
I told him, I said, hey, man, we covered. Don't quit worrying about them people. Them people out there, man, they just want to have something to talk about. I don't know why ain't nobody happy for nobody no more.
Yeah.
Man, don't nobody want to see nobody make it? And let me tell you something else. This is Black Twitter, what they call Black Twitter, which is no such thing according to Van Jones, because black people don't own Twitter.
Right.
They just be on it so much, they have a little argument amongst themselves and they call it Black Twitter. But
Steve, the people who call us aren't on Black Twitter.
No.
These are just people who
Now,
read the tabloids.
These people we know.
And people
tabloid,
we know.
right there. People who read the what, Shirley?
The tabloids.
You need a new circle of friends.
Okay.
No, for real.
I'm like, no. Well, it says right here, are Steve and Marjorie? No, trust me, they were just together. I was talking to Steve. Marjorie came in. Hey, baby, what's going? They're fine. They're fine.
Shirley, I was telling people.
They're not getting a divorce.
I was telling people all weekend. I said, if Uncle Steve and Aunt Marjorie get a divorce, CNN gonna tell you. Damn the shade room.
No, for real. No, listen to me.
That's
for
true.
real.
But Steve, I have to say this too.
What?
TMZ
Your
gonna
clapback,
tell you.
your clapback was classic.
Man, that was hilarious.
That was
That
good.
was the best clapback ever.
We ain't got no more money.
Well, when was you gonna tell me?
You gotta take this back, baby. We gotta take all this stuff back.
Oh, and we ain't got no money.
I tell you what, we'll play it. We'll play it when we come back.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the Kentucky Derby because, man, I got to send out big love to Louisville, Kentucky. It was my first one, and we got to talk about that, too, because Louisville, Kentucky set it out.
Okay, and you ran into Chris Tucker. We'll talk about all this when we come back. Coming up at 32 after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve. So when we went to break, we were talking about how it's all over social media, all in the tabloids and everywhere that you and Marjorie were getting a divorce.
I don't.
And you have no money.
I don't get it, man. I do not get it. I don't know why people are not happy for one another. I just don't get it anymore, man. I don't know what people want, man. Do they not want to see nobody make it?
Where did it come from, man?
From anywhere, bruh. The internet is full of lies. If you get your information off the internet and tabloids, you're in trouble.
Yeah, seriously. But Steve, I have to say, despite all that, despite all the phone calls we all received about your divorce and everything, you had the best clapback ever. And
it was good now.
Instagram.
It was funny.
Oh, you had the best clapback ever. Can we play some of that? We have that clip.
And it was no rehearsal.
No, it was funny.
It was greatness, though. It was greatness, I tell you.
My son walked up and we rolled, let's go.
I was getting a divorce. I just read that online. Is that true?
Yeah, I heard that too. You leaving me?
We get a divorce?
You leaving me?
I mean, I read it. But
if you leaving, when was you gonna tell me?
I didn't know I was leaving. I just found out I was leaving.
I just read it online.
I read it too.
Where you reading at?
I don't know. I read it somewhere.
Well, when they say we getting a divorce, though?
I don't know, Stephen. When we supposed to be getting one?
They said y'all was getting ready to do it right now.
Again?
They say we broke too. We ain't got no money. You got to take all that back.
I mean, I already wore it.
Y'all got a filter on this where we can change the color where it look like she ain't wearing.
Stephen, what you gonna do, baby? I mean,
we ain't got no money. All the money go. That's what they said. Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta go tell.
Did you spend all of it, or I spent all of it?
You spent the money. They said you spent all of it. You ruined us. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I gotta go talk to this pilot and tell him we got to get the hell out of here because we can't fly on that plane.
We just got to the Derby.
Yeah, but we got to go now because we ain't got no money for the plane. I'm going to tell the pilot we ain't got no money.
But Steve,
what?
How we gonna get home, baby?
We got to ride Uber, girl.
The best clapback ever, Steve.
I love it.
We got to ride Uber, girl.
Meanwhile, you're at the Kentucky Derby balling out. Letting them haters know, Steve. Letting them have it.
That was Friday night we did the video. This was Saturday, probably in the middle of the divorce. I'm not sure when it was happening. But we was holding hands and kissing and stuff. But I guess you said, we was at Derby the next day. And boy, let me tell you something. We let them have Louisville, Kentucky, from the bottom of me and my wife's heart. Thank y'all. We did not know that was the event that it is.
Is it that fly dog?
It is absolutely spectacular in every area.
So we need to go next year is what
we should do this.
Saying.
Hey, man, the Derby is like nothing I've gone to.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. It really is.
And Jay, the guy that drove you said he drove you the year before. Yeah, I drove J. Anthony Brown.
You know what's so amazing about it? You'll be surprised about the number of black people that are down there. Now, they may not go to the race, but they go to Louisville, Kentucky for that whole weekend. It's parties all over, man. It really
I ain't do none of that. I went to just ball a mess.
Right?
Well, Steve, you and your friend Chris Tucker shared a funny moment, and the video has gone viral. Let's hear that.
What you doing here at the Derby, baby?
At the first time ever.
Last time I saw you on the boat in South of France. Now we're in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Life is great.
Yeah, I came to the Kentucky Derby as a pimp featuring bubble gum. Yeah.
And I'm a pastor. First Baptist.
Yeah.
Lutheran. You know what I mean.
Well, yeah, you a pimp too.
Y'all had a good time, boy.
Oh, man. Hey, man, I was with Tucker till 1:30 in the morning.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, man, we went to this man's house that throws the big
You went to somebody's house?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to tell you. This guy throws
Not just anybody, Tommy.
And first of all, let's start with his house. His compound.
Is it a compound?
Okay.
You know.
Hold on. Let me tell you about this dude. This dude right here. Man. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Junior Bridgman is my buddy.
Junior Bridgman.
And used to play for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
and he does this thing called the Trifecta Gala that I hosted the night before. I brought out Zap Band and Usher. Can I tell y'all something about Usher, man?
What?
Usher killed it at the Trifecta Gala. Usher Raymond put on the show, man. Usher Raymond was singing his ass off.
Wow.
Usher Raymond put on the show and killed it. His opening act was Zap.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Them boys
sound
is bad, ain't they?
Exactly
The same.
Like the exact
same, man.
Zap was the damn same.
Yeah, man.
Baby. I mean, let me tell you something. Mo Bounce to the Ounce.
Still same.
They played
And
dog.
Do I Diddy, Steve, they kills it. They kills it.
Do I did it. Boy, let me tell you something. They had the people up. But I got to tell you, man, and Zap killed it. I may do Zap was saying the soul one year, man.
Oh, they bad.
They
Wow.
fucking, man. But let me tell you something. That damn Usher Raymond, that damn Usher Raymond was not playing.
He wasn't.
And then the next day was the Derby.
The Derby was next.
And so after the Derby was over with, we were in the Mansion Club. Junior Bridgman throws the gangsterous Trifecta Gala. And let me tell you something, man. Louisville, Kentucky, from the bottom of my heart, y'all's ass is players down there.
Wow. All right, coming up next, guys,
Louisville,
Reverend
Kentucky
Motown
is players.
and Deacon Def Jam are here with church complaints right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Miss Ann will be here with our national headlines. And in entertainment news, Steve, Diana Ross says she was violated by TSA and an airplane catches fire mid-flight. We'll talk about all that, but right now it is Monday, and the Reverend and the Deacon are in the building with church complaints. Here we go.
Whoa, Lord. On this Monday.
Yeah.
Derby weekend.
Yeah.
Horse running weekend. I want to thank Deacon Junior Bridgman for a wonderful time down at the Derby this weekend, and his deacon, Pastor Junior Bridgman, and Deacon Charles Alexander.
Deacon Charles.
Yeah, for a wonderful time. And of course, Dolores Nim, the Queen and Dolores Nim was absolutely wonderful. Them is his queens there, Miss Bridgman and Dolores. And just wanted to give a thank you for giving us a wonderful time there. Appreciate the offering and everything. And our young deacon, Def Jam, is upset.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. That's part of the complaints, Pastor, that he is upset that...
Okay, well, go ahead then.
Well, let me start. That we have one Deacon Junior here that's upset that you were with another junior, and he wasn't the junior that you were with this past weekend.
Thank you.
So, I don't know how you want to address it, but he's like, he don't want to come to church now. So I don't know how you want to
If you knew Junior Bridgman, I got to tell you, it's a whole nother league, young Junior. This is grown man Junior. Bridgman.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, on Coca-Cola plates and largest fast food owner and things of
well,
that
this
nature.
junior wants you to come by his apartment and hang out with him. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to make it up or something.
There's a huge difference from a compound and an apartment.
It's mine though.
Mine, as long as you own the lease.
A compound and an apartment.
Yeah.
I tried not to laugh, but I had to.
I know you. It's really not yours.
Yeah.
All right, Pastor, let's get down to
business. But it is a beginning, young Junior.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said. It should hurt. I meant it to hurt. Go ahead, Deacon.
We got some more issues with the Derby. The church Derby ministry had a fight on Sunday. It seems like 3 other sisters had the same hat on, and no one wanted to take theirs out. We had Sister Renee Dixon, Sister Lottie Cunningham, and Sister Reba Joyce Flowers. All had a knockdown drag out right there in the vestibule.
I guess the only way you could avoid that is next year, get your hats from the same place I got my hat. It's one of a kind. It's called Essential Headwear. ESENSHEL out of New York. And then you can stop that. It's called Essential.
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 Essential. Girl, listen.
Essential.
ESENSHEL.
Yeah.
Essential.
You're a good speller.
I might be a great speller or poll reader. Good spelling and poll reading is an ugly combination.
All right. Pastor, moving right along, we have an issue here. The men who are bald on the top but still have a long ponytail are asking to have a ponytail demonstration, but the front lace ministry says if the ponytails are going to have their demonstration, they going to want theirs too. So I don't know how to handle this whole hair situation.
Serving the Lord is not about your hair.
Amen.
It's about your heart
Amen.
and your mind. Now, because your mind is covered in a skull that has hair that needs help, is no fault of mine. Hell, cut it off like me and Deacon J. Anthony did. Oh, hell, Deacon Def Jam, you ain't got no hair.
Exactly.
Not a strand.
I got news for you. This is other news that's going to be quite shocking if Deacon Jr. hang on much longer.
See right
Yeah, he going to have to come to the club whether he want to or not.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because, Junior, as you go forward, hello.
The back gets lighter.
Say that
It really
again.
does.
You say that again.
I said, as you go forward,
Yeah, go back.
come on.
So you don't take me to the Derby and you do that.
Unless you wear a hat.
Pastor, the church bookstore is selling Christian condoms. The slogan is, buy a box now, you won't have to pray later. Now, the problem is Sister Rachel Daniels. I'm sorry, I didn't run over that. The church bookstore is selling Christian condoms. The slogan is, buy a box now, you won't have to pray later. The problem, sir, is Sister Rachel Daniels does not want to put them on the shelf because she don't believe in the Christian condoms.
Well, what do she believe in?
I don't know what.
Do you believe that childbirth is conceived when a sperm meets an egg?
But I don't know why she against it when she got 4 baby daddies. So I don't know why she against it. So go ahead.
Well, maybe if we quit calling it the Christian condom
Thank you.
and just call it what it is.
What is it?
A money saver.
Yeah. Just condom sense. That's what I call it.
Condom, that's a good one there.
Yeah.
Condom sense.
Because if
Condom
you want
sense.
it's like the glossary in the back of a book. If you want to troubleshoot a problem, buy a condom.
There you go.
Oh.
All these problems I'm having with my children could have been avoided.
Yeah. I
But I
went to
had-
sleep. I'm sorry, Pat.
I've needed so many boxes.
I was trying to tell you, I wear one to sleep because I don't know who I'm gonna meet in my dreams. You understand?
All right, we got to get out of here. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment news and our national news update with Miss Antrim.
Because he don't know who he going to meet in his dream.
We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, before we do any entertainment news, we have to do the biggest news of all. We got to say congratulations to our very own Steve Harvey.
Come on.
Steve, Family Feud won the Emmy for Outstanding Game Show. Congratulations.
Do you know something? I don't think we've ever won it for game show.
Wow. That's
and
big then.
I'm so happy for Gabby Johnston, the executive producer, man. She's been there for so many years, man. She stayed with that show when it was down at a 1-4, and she's been there on the whole ride with me for 10 years. And she's the absolute best producer in the game. And, man, she deserves this more than I do, man. I just want to give a shout-out to Gabby Johnston, man, for just, man, that woman has been there tirelessly, man. And she's the best thing that happened to me in my television career practically, because she is the one person that got me right away and allowed me to be who I was on that show. She don't come in there and say change nothing. You do you, we'll fix it in the editing room.
Wow, that is big. Yeah, but that's great news. Congratulations, Steve, and everyone over at Family Feud.
Congratulations, Big Dog.
Yeah.
Man, probably take Gabby to the Derby or something.
All right, we're going to move on. Yeah, we thought Jay Anthony was bitter man, but it looks like Junior has a little...
He's king bitter today, boy.
Let's move on, Shirley.
Take him to the carnival and let him ride the hobby horse. Man.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yes, and buy him
some cotton candy or something, man.
Hey, let's move on,
same
people.
color,
Let's
same
move
color
on.
as my hair,
Let's
Jay.
move on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Diana Ross. We're going to move on in entertainment news. This is a crazy story right here. Diana Ross claimed that a TSA agent violated her at a security checkpoint in New Orleans airport. Diana Ross, of course, is 75 years old. We know that. She alleges that her agent was over the top and made her want to cry. Diana tweeted, "It's not what was done, but how it was done. I am feeling violated. I still feel her hands between my legs, front and back, while saying to me it was her job. Really mixed emotions." A TSA spokesperson told Fox News TSA is committed to ensuring all travelers are treated with respect and courtesy. TSA is aware of concerns presented by Diana Ross about her screening experience at Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport this morning. Wow.
That's messed up.
Wow. So, yeah. I mean, don't they know she's Diana Ross? Come on.
They know she's Diana.
She is the boss, okay?
She's the boss.
Yeah. All right. And
I mean, it's Diana Ross. Well, what?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What is she going to do?
Right.
I mean, really?
Nothing.
Get out of here.
They just want to flex, man. That's what they want to do.
I mean, I want them to do their job, but they could have, they
Sometimes
do
they
go over the
overdo
top.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
go
come on. This is Diana Ross. Get out of here with
You
that.
don't reach out and touch the queen like that. That's
Just like that.
That's
You know.
disrespect.
You know who don't have to worry?
All right,
Jay, you
Jay.
know who don't have to worry about that,
What did I
Jay?
do?
Jay, you know who don't have to worry about that, Jay?
Hmm?
You know who don't have to worry about that?
No, I don't.
You know who that? Steve.
Who don't have to worry about that, Jay?
Uncle Steve. He don't have to worry about that.
There you go.
He went to Derby private. He don't
Uh-huh.
worry about nobody touching him.
Man, please take him next year when you go to damn
Or bring him something back.
Look,
Damn.
Tommy, if I go, I'm going to take him, okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
Somebody
Thank
take him. Yes, somebody.
It's okay.
All right, listen, Steve, we got to check in with Miss Ann now for our national news.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann Tripp.
She going to the Derby.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Congratulations, Steve. This is Ann Tripp with the news. President Trump's former personal lawyer and fixer, Michael Cohen, is scheduled to report to federal prison today. Cohen's to begin a 3-year sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution in Otisville, New York. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker says that Attorney General William Barr mischaracterized the findings of the Russian meddling report by Robert Mueller and his investigative team. In fact, the Democratic presidential candidate says the Attorney General ought to quit.
He has eroded his credibility to the point where I believe he should resign. He has clearly misled Congress.
Senator Booker, who sits on the House Judiciary Committee, says that William Barr acts more like Trump's personal lawyer rather than an independent attorney general of the United States. And the presidential candidate appeared on CNN's State of the Union. By the way, President Trump is tweeting about all this. He says he does not want special counsel Robert Mueller to testify before the House Judiciary panel. He doesn't want him there. President Trump, by the way, says he's prepared to raise tariffs on certain Chinese products from 10 to 25% on Friday unless more progress is made in trade negotiations. And Trump is tweeting that his new trade hike would affect some $325 billion in Chinese goods that haven't been targeted as of yet. In Texas, a frantic search still underway for a 5-year-old girl whose stepfather claims he was abducted by 3 men who carjacked his pickup. An Amber Alert issued on Saturday for little Malia Davis of Houston. The stepfather, whose name not released, says he was knocked out and that when he regained consciousness, he was by the side of the road with his 2-year-old son, but that his stepdaughter was missing. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused Friday night's explosion at a silicone plant just north of Chicago. The blast killed at least 2 plant employees, with 2 others still unaccounted for and feared dead. At this point, fire marshals say it looks like the explosion was an accident. No end in sight for floods in the Midwest. There was more rain yesterday. It's expected to be continually soggy for the rest of the week. Forecasters say that between 3 and 5 inches of rain is expected this week in eastern Nebraska, across northern Kansas and Wisconsin. The weather folks say that both the Mississippi and Missouri rivers and the soil around them is already saturated from what was an historically wet winter. And authorities say that flooding in the Midwest has already cost more than $1 billion, that's billion with a B dollars, in damages and claimed several lives. And at the movies, Avengers Endgame continues to break all box office records.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Endgame's now become only the 5th film in history to gross $2 billion worldwide after only 11 days. The 3-hour flicks passed the lifetime gross total for Titanic, and after making an adjustment for inflation, Endgame surpassed Jaws and Dr. Zhivago. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Kim Kardashian has done it again, guys. She scored yet another victory in her crusade for prison reform. Check this out. Kim and her legal team helped free Jeffrey Singer, who was serving a life sentence for a low-level drug offense. Kim made the announcement on Twitter, saying he served too much time, but it gives me so much joy to fund this life-saving work. Stringer has been behind bars for 22 years when he was convicted for drug possession when he was 25 years old.
Unbelievable.
Because he had 2 drug priors, he got life in prison under the federal 3 strikes law.
And you know something, man, that 3-strike law, because your 3rd strike could be for something,
just minor,
even minor. But
Very minor.
You can't throw people's lives away because of 3 strikes. And I'm glad that something's being done about it. And Van Jones is I can't think of the name of that.
Redemption Project.
No. The bill that Kim Kardashian worked hard. The bill that got, what is the prison reform? I'm not sure. Man, what is the name of that bill?
Yeah, I can't
look
think
it
of
up for
either.
me. The bill that just got passed, which is allowing 4,000 inmates to be released this year.
Wow.
Another 25,000 inmates to get shorter sentences, and 100,000 women, when incarcerated pregnant, can have their baby without being chained to the bed.
Ain't that crazy, man?
If you do drug time, you should be able to vote when you get out.
Yeah, man, that don't mean you don't
thing.
know who can run the country and vote. Hell, we got
Right.
all the crooks is in the White House going to jail.
Thank you.
Should be able to get some of them out next.
Yeah, you know what? We mentioned this story last week a little bit, but now it is official. A stretch of Rodeo Road in Los Angeles has been renamed for Barack Obama. Barack Obama Boulevard. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Can I say something? Because since I live out here and you do the shooting, they're stealing the signs. They're stealing. When I tell you,
already?
Come on.
Jim Negroes are stealing them damn signs, man.
That's so crazy. That is so crazy. It was a ceremony that was held on Saturday in the Crenshaw district of L.A. President Barack Obama Boulevard intersects fittingly with Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. The boulevard will also become known as President's Row for other streets that are named for former presidents Washington, Adams, and Jefferson. So congratulations, yes.
Congratulations.
Barack Obama Boulevard.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even
left turn
think of
on
that.
Obama Road. He You can't miss it. It's right up there.
I didn't even think of that. That's
Yeah. Adams, Washington, and Jefferson. Right over there.
With their slave owning ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We ought to make Trump just roll up and down Obama Street, just up and down. Or just drive him up and down.
Hey, listen, coming up at 34 after the hour, Jay is here. We're going to play a little comedy roulette right after this.
I have to explain it, too.
Yeah, you do.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Jay, it's time for comedy roulette, guys. Jay, please set it up for us.
I can't do this without explaining it because we have new listeners that are not familiar with how this game go. I mean, new people tuning in right now don't know what we're doing. So what I'm going to do now is explain how it works. Take 4 subjects, put it on the wheel, spin the wheel, where it stops, we'll do it. And the reason we can do this is because Junior's a comedian, I'm a comedian, Tommy's a comedian, and Steve's the king of comedians. Watch it.
Yes,
this is
Lord.
how it goes. See, Junior's a comedian, I'm a comedian, Tommy's a comedian, and Steve is the king of comedians.
All right. Before he gets really mad,
Junior's
let's go. These are the subjects, okay? Number 1, things people say if they've been in jail a long time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Number 2, lies men tell when they're caught looking at another woman. Ooh, I want it. Ooh. Number 3, excuses men say when they're not getting a lot of sex.
Oh, man.
That's another good one.
That's another good. These are good. Number 4, things people say when they don't have cable. Wow.
All these
All
are
right,
good.
Jay.
Spun it, Shirley, spun it.
I want the last
Cable.
one. When they don't
Cable.
have cable. Yeah.
Cable.
That's the one I want. Oh, it stopped. Oh, this is a good one. Number 2, lies men tell when they're caught looking at another woman. Let's go.
Here we go. Let me start it off. Here you go.
Let's go.
Girl, I wasn't looking at her. I was going to get you a pair of pants just like that. And I just want to make sure if those are the ones. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly how it goes.
These men say.
These men say when they caught looking at another woman. Baby, look at her. Okay?
That's it?
Who need all they abs showing? Okay, her abs showing. Why? For what?
You're saying abs, right?
Who need all her abs showing? Why?
Yeah. Come on,
Your
nephew.
abs ain't showing.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm looking at her, because, you know, my cousin, Rolanda, that had died, looked just like her.
Oh, okay.
My cousin, Rolanda, looked just like her. That's why I'm staring at her so hard.
You thought it was Rolanda had come back?
I thought it was
All right, come on, Steve.
Baby, why you looking at her? Her ugly ass? You think I'm looking at her ugly ass?
Marjorie, don't you ever divorce this man. Yes. Yes, Steve.
Things men say when they're caught looking at another woman. I got a crook in my neck, and every now and then it just jerked from left to right. So that's all that is. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Oh, you got a crook in your neck, all right.
Lies men tell when they caught looking at another woman. Babe, let me tell you something. I was looking over there. I was. But I don't like her braids hanging off her ass like that. I don't like her braids hanging off her ass like that. I don't see the purpose.
All right,
Baby, listen, I'm just so glad. I really am that your butt is not that big. I'm just glad. You know, that's just ridiculous. Baby, you know what, baby? Just look at it. That's just ridiculous, ain't it? To have a butt that big. That's just too much.
Okay, Shirley, so you my wife and ask me.
Excuse you, why are you looking over there at that other woman? I'm right here.
Jesus. She needs Jesus. She do. She needs Jesus.
You better bring the Lord into it.
She needs Jesus. Hot holla.
What?
What did he just speak in tongues?
What did you just say?
Hard to father, hard for me not to holler.
Hard for me not to holler.
Yeah.
Hard to father.
Hard to father. Hard for me not to holler.
Hard to father. Hard for me not to holler.
Yeah.
All right, come on, Steve. We got to shut this one down.
Okay, here it is.
Lies men tell when they're caught looking at another woman.
You know what? That is the cutest dog I have ever seen with a woman in my life.
It's a dog over there?
I've never seen a dog that cute with a woman. Boy.
All right, great job as usual, guys. Time to switch gears. Up next, it is the nephew with the prank phone call coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, well, about 4 minutes after the hour, I'm going to read today's Strawberry Letter. I got a good subject for you today. 20 years later, he still wants MGP. We'll explain what that means in the letter. But right now, the nephew is in the building with the prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
Mr. Wiggins. Mr. Wiggins.
Guarantee you
That's-
it's Wiggins.
That right there. That's the prank. Mr. Wiggins. Come on, run it.
Hello?
Hello, hi, my name is George. I'm with Green Lawn Services. We came out and cut your yard yesterday, and we're trying to make sure that you liked everything thoroughly. We cut the front, the back. We also did your hedges, put some mulch in the flower beds, the weed eating in the whole 9 yards. And we also left an invoice on your doorstep. Want to make sure you got that as well.
Y'all that cut my yard? Man, I walked all around, man. It looked good, but I was trying to figure out who the hell cut it.
Sir, yeah, we cut it as of yesterday. You were actually on our schedule, and we did everything thoroughly. I'm actually just calling as a follow-up.
How the hell I get on your schedule, Doc?
Sir, are you Mr. Malone at 50 Zimmerman?
Hell no, man. I'm Wiggins from 50. Man, you cut the wrong house. That's next door, man.
Yeah.
So I guess you need to put your invoice on their door, partner.
Sir, you're not Mr. Malone at 50 Zimmerman?
Say, man, I just told you I'm 53 and I'm Mr. Wiggins. You done cut the wrong yard. Y'all need to go to Mr. Longhouse and get your money because you ain't cut here. You got the wrong house.
No, sir.
No, y'all coming over here trying to collect no money.
Oh, sir, hold on just a second here. You're saying we didn't...
You done cut the wrong yard.
Sir,
I ain't on no schedule. I ain't tell you come over here and cut. And you go over there and talk to Malone, get your money. You can't.
Sir, there's no way we can charge Mr. Malone if we haven't cut his yard. Now, let's just
then you need to take your over there and cut Mr. Malone's yard and put that invoice in his yard. You ain't cut here, partner.
And sir, I understand.
Thing at this now.
Sir,
y'all
listen.
done one cut the wrong yard. You go cut the right yard and get the right that invoice. You ain't got here. You ain't getting thing at this house.
Okay, sir. I say this now.
I didn't call no body to come cut over here. You go to that house and cut his right and get him the invoice. You ain't getting here, partner.
I understand that, sir. Listen, what I want to say is we'll go over and we'll take care of Mr. Malone's yard. I understand that we've made a mistake, but I understood you say that you did like the services, so wouldn't it be even right for you to actually go ahead and send the invoice in along with the check since you did like the services?
Well, evidently it seems like your is retarded, because didn't I just tell you you cut the wrong yard, you go over there and cut the right yard and get your money. You ain't got nothing but practice here. You done a good job.
I understand that we cut the wrong yard, sir. I understand that. But you got the services and you like the services. I don't want to have to come out there and get the money from you.
Well, come on if you're coming. Come on if you're coming. I got something for you. Come on over here and get your money.
But you said you liked...
I wouldn't give a if I said the moon was green. You cut the wrong yard, you go get your money from the right. You ain't getting here.
Sir,
I got something for you. You come on over here and you see what you get.
Sir,
Y'all done cut the wrong yard and you trying to get my money. You ain't getting here. Now you go get your from the right. You either right next door, go cut that and leave that paper over there.
I'm coming over there.
You want me to start some I start some ain't finna come around here and do no and be charging me no money now. Yeah, I got more heat than hell. Get your money. If you want to, come get it.
You got your yard cut, and we deserve to get our money back. Now
you deserve to get your whoop. You come around here trying to get some money. Now, I told you don't cut the wrong yard. Now,
and I'm going to tell you, don't make me whoop your behind this yard.
You come on and you come bring your on.
I will whoop your behind in the front yard that just got cut.
You bring your mama and your pappy and you come try to get this money. I'll put some on you.
Don't you? I got one more thing to tell you. Is you listening?
I don't want to hear now. You come stand up some now. You can cut the wrong
I've got one more thing to tell you. Is you listening, Mr. Wiggins?
I'm listening.
Look, this is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked. Hello?
What? I know good and well. I sit there and listen to this every morning and y'all got my...
Look at him. Your boy Gary just pranked you, man.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah, we laughing now, but I'm going to go get
Let me ask you something, though, man. What is the baddest radio show in the land?
Man, it's the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Woo. What you think? He wasn't backing down. You didn't cut the wrong yard. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You didn't go over. You just cut this yard for free, partner. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
You're stupid.
Hey, I gotta thank everyone in Virginia Beach, man. I put up 7 shows at the Comedy Club and sold them out. They came out, showed up with your boy. They showed up. I showed out. We did the doggone thing. Thank you, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Virginia, everybody around the way. Y'all came out, showed your boy mad love. We had a good time, and I am appreciative. Laying next in the cut is Texarkana. That's this week, baby. That's this week. And the nephew coming to the Texarkana Convention Center. And, of course, Uncle Steve, Miracles Closet. I'm going to stop by there Saturday when I get in town. GQ Fashion. These are the places where you can get your tickets, okay? Or you
Where
can go to
now?
Eventbrite. Miracles Closet or GQ Fashion.
That's where they selling your tickets at.
Yeah.
In Texarkana.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm sure these are some fine establishments, but just let me ask you a question. Ain't nobody thought maybe Ticketron, Amazon.com, BuzzFeed.
We do have Eventbrite.com, but if you want to physically have a
Tickets.com.
ticket in your hand.
Oh, they all got to be physical tickets. You can't go up there and show nobody no damn email.
Miracles Closet or GQ Fashion.
Now, you gonna go by the
go.
Miracle Closet, they probably ain't got nothing for you.
Why you think? I'm going to buy something. I'm going to go to Miracle Closet and buy something. Just show a little love, support.
What you gonna buy? They ain't gonna have nothing in your size. What you gonna get? You want to pre-order something before you get there?
Why they not going to have nothing on my side?
Ain't that a men's store?
Yes, I'm a man.
Oh, you a man, ain't no doubt about it. I'm just talking about your sizes. Like if you was at Sears,
Wait. Where do you think I shop at?
Well, if you was at Sears, you'd have to buy a 20 Husky.
A 20?
He a grown man, but yeah,
I did wear Huskies, though.
I know. He know.
Did you?
Hell yeah, he wore
Yeah,
Huskies.
who didn't?
Yeah, my brother.
Huskies, tough skins, who didn't wear them?
Yeah.
But anyway, Texarkana, the nephew coming to town this Saturday night, baby. It's Mother's Day weekend. Get your tickets. I will be there. Laying in the cut is Memphis, Tennessee. Chuckles, baby. I'm there. I am there all Memorial weekend, so tickets are on sale. And the nephew, I'm moving around this country, man. And my show getting ready to start back up, ready to love, man. I'm trying to drop 10 pounds. I got a lot going on over here. Huh?
Trying to drop 10 pounds for what?
I got to drop 10, man. I got to.
You need to get on what Steve's on, because Steve looks
I got to
great,
get on something.
Tommy.
That camera make
Yeah.
you look big, man.
No,
All right,
I
up
gave
next
it all
is-
back this weekend.
Up next is the Strawberry Letter, guys. The subject, 20 years later, he still wants MGP. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it is time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the strawberry letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, 20 years later, he still wants MGP. Well, dear Steve and Shirley, I am a 46-year-old single lady, and I am ready for the next chapter in my life. In 1999, I dated a man off and on for a while, but finally ended things with him when I found out he got another woman pregnant. I moved on with my life and moved to another state. Well, in 2018, he and I reconnected on social media. Since we live far apart, we texted and called each other daily. He told me he was coming to town and wanted to see me. I told him to come by the house since we were old friends and hadn't seen each other in many years. He came over and we had a great time catching up in person. He later told me that he was not just visiting, he had moved back to town and he wanted to see me more. I had no idea that he'd be interested in me now because I've been paralyzed since 2004. But that didn't matter to him. He asked me, be quiet, Steve. He asked me if I could still do it. Would you just let me finish, please? Okay. He asked me if I could still do it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And your name is mentioned at the bottom as well. He asked me if I could. Yeah, yes. He asked her.
What?
If I could still do it like I used to do it.
Do what?
I teased him and asked, you know what it is. I teased him and asked, wouldn't you like to know? So about a month ago, I showed him that I could still put it on him. Wow. You see, back in the day, he called me Miss Good P, or MGP for short. And he said I still hold that title to this day. I have feelings for him, but everything is moving so fast. We are moving in together soon, and I want to be sure I'm doing things the right way. We dated over 20 years ago, and I already gave him a sample of MGP, so should I put the 90-day rule on him when we move in together? I don't want to get married. I do want to get married, so I'm trying to do things right. What do you think, Steve?
Steve.
She put your letter in.
Okay,
okay,
that's
cool.
What I'm telling you. So I have permission then.
So you have permission.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Come on now. You dated this guy back in 1999. You off and on. It wasn't even a regular, real relationship, really. It was off and on. And then you finally ended things when you found out he got another woman pregnant. All right. Then this same guy, 20 years later, comes into your life, and you're ready to move in with him? Why are you going to move in with this man? I mean, why? You got to explain this. Nothing in this letter says you need to do that, okay? He lied to you about so many things. And, but he actually lives in your town now. First, he said he was just visiting. Is this really the case, or was he hoping to move in with you all the time? I just, I'm going to ask you, don't get played by this man. He's probably telling you anything to get in your house. Remember now, it's been 20 years since you've seen him. Now you close your letter by saying you're trying to do things right. Well, this isn't right. Nothing about this is right because you've already slept with him. And you want to impose the 90-day rule on him? That is so backwards. And letting him move in with you after 20 years of not seeing him, and the reason you broke up with him in the first time was with the other woman that you didn't know about because of her. That's backwards too. Do not do it. I'm sure you're going to regret it, and you won't be able to get him out of your house once you get him in there. Steve, please.
Well, okay, I don't know how you can skip around all this other information in here,
but
I ain't. I don't know what part you read, but I'm going right to where I'm stuck. 46-year-old single lady, ready to move on, dated a man off and on in 1999, but found out he got another woman pregnant. When you moved on with your life, he moved to another state. Well, 2018. Y'all reconnected on social media. Since we live far apart, we text and call each other daily. He told me he was coming to town and wanted to see me. I told him come on by the house. Well, what else was you going to do? I mean...
I'm through.
Okay. Okay, so he come by the house.
Okay, Steve,
Okay,
you
no.
have permission, but don't go crazy.
Okay, I'm trying not
don't go
to, Shirley,
too
but
over
you
the
know,
Go
it's in
across
this
that
letter.
line. I'll tell you when to come back. Come on.
No,
you
you have
already
nothing to do
went-
with his nephew.
What else would
Now,
you go
since we
do?
old friends and ain't seen each other in many years, he came over and we had a great time catching up in person. He later told me he wasn't just visiting, he had moved back to town. Oh, well, that's convenient.
Uh-huh.
Got over there and found out you was staying by yourself.
Right.
Now, he ain't moved back. He ain't visiting, he done moved back.
Yeah.
And he want to see you more.
Mm.
Now, the lady said, I had no idea he'd be interested in me now because I've been paralyzed since 2004. 14. So 14 years you've been paralyzed. Now, before I go any further, is there something I need to know about paralyzation before I assume that means paralyzed can't move? That's all I'm asking, Shirley.
Well, I mean, it depends on, what kind of.
Right.
I mean,
That could be like a
there's
portion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. This is not against. This is just about this lady in this letter. So please don't nobody. But she wrote me and put in the letter. Now you didn't have to put that in the letter, but you felt it was important.
Yeah, and that last line, what do you think, Steve?
That's right. So now Shirley done danced around this hill. But she been paralyzed. Yes, she did. You didn't mention.
I just know you.
You didn't mention it. Now she been paralyzed, sitting still for 14 years. But that didn't matter to him. He asked me if I could still do it like I used to do it. Well, where he get that question from? Now, I don't know what you was doing that got you this title that he gave you 14 years ago, but how he's still asking that question. So now we're going to have to get into it when we come back.
Mm-hmm. All right, just hang on. We'll have part 2 of Steve's response coming up.
We finna come back and find out why he called her Miss Good P or MGP. We finna find out.
We have part 2 of Steve's response coming up at 23 after the hour. Today's subject, 20 years later, he still wants MGP. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is 20 years later, he still wants MGP.
Yeah, he still wants MGP. But let's just go and get to this letter right quick. What didn't happen is y'all got back together, social media. He says he still wanted you, and that surprised you that he'd be interested in you because you've been paralyzed since 2004. But that didn't matter to him. He asked me if I could still do it like I used to do it. I teased him and asked, wouldn't you like to know? So about a month ago, I showed him that I could still put it on him. You see, back in the day, he called me Miss Good P or MGP. MG is where we need, is either Miss Good P or Most Grand P. You know, let's like if you in a Elks Club, you might be the Master Grand Poopah or something like that, or you the MVP, Most Valuable Player, or maybe you had the MVP. You could have had the Most Valuable.
Okay, we get it.
Whatever it is. Or your name is Margaret Gale. I don't know what it is. But you're paralyzed now. So his question was, can you still do it like you used to do it? Now, I don't know what you was doing back
prior to 2004.
Yeah, I don't know what you was doing back then. But obviously, it wasn't what I was thinking. See, I was thinking to get the title of MGP, that there has to be some monkey flipping, got the chandelier swinging, some doorknob diving, some foot of the bed back somersaults.
Wow.
Some edge of the bed, your knees, a lot of bouncing. It's just a lot of stuff go in there.
If you were to consider someone that.
Well, anybody.
MGP. Okay.
Yeah. But now, I can't go too far because I don't want anybody that has a situation to think I'm making fun of them because I'm not.
Right.
But the lady did write me with the paralyzed thing since 2004. But she
what
still
do you think,
got
Steve?
It. So I don't know how the hell what y'all doing in there now. I don't really know what's going on. Either he had never had no MGP before or it was the best MGP he ever had. Maybe it didn't require you to do much.
Steve, she said in the letter, I showed him that I could still put it on him. Now, she said that.
Yeah, she said that, Shirley, but now that makes me question. What was you putting on him?
The MGP. What do you think?
Okay. Now, only thing I can think is that inside the MGP.
Wait, what?
It's like once you buy admission to an amusement park, once you go in the park, that's where the rides is at. See, that's what I'm thinking. That's why you get. So it could be the most grand park. It could be. Go ahead, Shirley.
He said, sorry for interrupting you, but he said,
no, I need help.
He said, I still hold that title to this day.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying there must be something going on inside the MGP. Yeah, see, maybe MG stands for Madison Garden.
Madison Garden.
Maybe the MG is short for MGM, where a lot of activity go on in that building. See,
a lot of shows going on.
I'm assuming that it's a lot of stuff going on once you get inside. The show ain't outside. Maybe it ain't got to be nothing going on. Maybe there's, a lot of, I don't know if it's hands. I don't know if it feels, I don't know what it is. It's something in there.
If you need some help, Steve, let me help you.
Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, all right. What she want him to do.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
What she would like for him to do is roll up on her, because she is not a push around person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She is not handicapped in this department. You understand what I'm saying, Steve?
Right. Roll up on me.
She's not gonna let him walk all over her. You understand what I'm talking about?
No,
she's not gonna do that.
Hey, Jay, but
this
to even it out,
paralyzing situation.
Jay, to even it out, you get in the chair and you roll over here. Watch this.
Thank you. Now you might think this woman don't have no feeling for you, but she do. She do.
She got a leg up on the situation.
She got a leg up on the situation. She's not gonna just be sitting here waiting on you.
Probably some do I did it with that thing, baby. With that thing.
I showed him that I could still put it on him.
Yes, you did, lady, and congratulations. And so since you done that, and you gave it some, and y'all dated over 20 years ago, and I already gave him a sample of the MGP, should I put the 90-day rule on him when we move in together? Unless you want his ass to roll right out of there, you probably too late for this here.
You can't go back.
Unless you want him to walk out your life, you better give it up.
Yeah. I think the 20 years you've already committed, he's moving in, and you want him in, you do want to get married, so I'm trying to do things right. You've already known him for 20 years. Go on and see where it go. Congratulations. I don't know how you did it, but whatever you're doing, keep up the good work.
Yes.
Doing it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell
roll
her.
around in the sack.
Do not let this man move in your house.
No, she shouldn't let him. But Shirley, what you gonna tell her though?
Good job, man. Good job.
Kick it with me if you want to.
Ain't nobody else rolled up over there.
All right, look, hit us up on Instagram at Steve Harvey FM with your own thoughts on today's Strawberry Letter. And please check us out on the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up next, our resident poet, Junior, is in the building. He has a special Mother's Day poem for us. All right. We'll listen to it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Mother's Day is coming up this weekend, this Sunday. And for that special occasion, we have our very own Junior here with a special Mother's Day poem.
You think I don't have one, Shirley?
Well, I know you always
don't.
have a poem for a special
I know
occasion.
you don't really appreciate my artistry in poetry, but I am different, and that's what's important. You know, you got to have that. And Mother's Day is coming this Sunday, and I don't want the mothers to feel left out without blessing them with this wonderful poem that I spent a lot of time putting together. And I'd like to share that poem, Shirley, if you don't mind.
I don't. I'm a mother, and I very much would like to hear it.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Uncle Steve, is it okay if I share this poem?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. No, you've been waiting.
Come on.
Tommy, is it okay if I do this poem?
Come on, big dog. Let's go.
Come on, man. Poem it up, man.
Here we go.
Poem
man.
it up.
This is a poem. It's called, I've titled it and everything. And you ain't going to believe what the title is, but the title is Poems for Mom.
Damn. How much time did you spend
Deep
coming up with the
already.
name? You put time into that.
Took me 2 hours to come up with that one.
You put time
But I
into it.
got it.
You put time into it.
You ought to
Say it
stop
again.
writing. If it took you 2 hours for that, you need to stop writing poetry.
I'm not going to stop because you have to think about it. I've thought about some other stuff. I'm not going to let him do it, Jay. I'm not going to let him get me. But it's called Poems for Mom. It's an original piece. And I want y'all to respect it as such.
Okay.
Now, here it is. Here it is.
First one? This is the first one?
This is it.
Okay.
No, it's one poem, Jay. I got it.
Oh, you got one?
poem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one poem. Poems for Moms. Here we are. Mothers, this is for you all for Mother's Day this coming Sunday. To all moms on Mother's Day, I hope it is my wish you celebrate with class. I hope you appreciate the gifts we bought, even though you whooped our ass.
Whoa.
Raise a glass to all the moms. A toast is long overdue. Now, Dad gets nothing on Father's Day. You know why? Because we spend it all on you.
Whoa.
You can talk about my sister. I don't care. You see, we not that close. But don't say a damn thing about my mama because I love her the most. And on top of that, I kill you. Hey, listen to me. I kill you. Now, I know that don't rhyme. You just need to know I kill you. Seriously.
You killing
Put
him.
your ass 6 feet under about my mama. Keep playing. Say something else. The end.
You killed us at the end?
Yeah. Well, talk about my mama.
Don't say nothing about
Say
his
something
mama.
about my mama, Tommy.
This is
Your
why
ass
I
be,
hate
you be
poetry.
gone.
This
be
is why
gone.
I hate poetry.
What just happened?
No, once you start talking about my mama, ain't no more poetry. I kid. Just need to
But
know.
you talked about your mama in the beginning.
But I felt like you said something about my mama. That's it. You didn't know. I kid. I'm through.
Steve, is it
Don't
okay
play.
if he reads it again?
Don't play.
Please.
Don't play.
A lot of people didn't get it.
Oh,
Read
okay.
from the top,
Here it
read
is
from
right
the
now.
top.
Just want you to know. Here it is. Poems for mom. To all the moms on Mother's Day, I hope you celebrate with class. I hope it is my wish you appreciate the gifts we bought, even though you whooped our ass. Raise a glass to all the moms. A toast is long overdue. Now, Dad gets nothing on Father's Day because what? We spend it all on you. You can talk about my sister. I don't really care. You see, we not that close. But don't say a damn thing about my mom because I love her the most. Ain't you know I kill you. I kill you. I know they don't rhyme. Just need to know I kill you. Seriously. Not playing. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Say something about my mama. 6 feet under you go. I'm not playing. That's it. Thank you.
Killing
people. Well, if you say something about my mama.
Ever.
Just need y'all to know I'm not playing. The end, I ain't really put no more work in the end. But then, when I got to talk about it, I said, you know what? Kill your ass, talk about my mama.
Steve!
Yeah.
That's it.
No, that's
Say
great,
something.
Junior.
Thank you. Thank you, Yeah.
You don't really think you on your way to being a Langston Hughes?
No. You know what Langston and me did? You know what Langston and me did? Langston and me did, we spoke truth.
Maya Angelou Jr.
Maya Angelou and me, when we did, we spoke truth. We spoke truth.
What's his name, Jay?
Maya Angelou Jr.
Thank you. Thank you, Jay. You know why? Because me and Maya Angelou, we spoke truth. Y'all don't appreciate that. But say something about my mama, though. Did you get that out the poem?
As the only mother on the show today, Carl is out.
Yeah.
Junior. Junior. That sucked.
Okay.
And I hate poetry. And I hate
Man.
you.
Okay, I tell you what, Shirley.
Shirley don't never go there.
I ain't hurt by what Shirley
She
said.
speak truth too.
No,
You her and Maya Angelou.
No, I tell you what, Shirley. Tell you what, that's your last damn Mother's Day poem. That's it. You won't get another one next year. 2020, you're out. 2020, no Mother's Day, because you don't appreciate.
Shirley said, "Cool, she ain't your mom."
Yeah, okay. That's
so
all
happy
good.
right now. I'm so happy
Well,
right now.
cool. Be happy. But hate is real too. So that's all good.
Did Shirley say it sucked? Did she use those words?
Spent 3 hours putting this damn poem together, and you don't appreciate it.
That was 3 hours?
Shut up, Tommy. It takes time. It takes time. Now
Yeah,
say
yeah, I see
something
what
about my
it
mama.
is.
Your ass gonna get killed. That's all you
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
know.
say nothing about your mama. I'm finna talk about my uncle. Listen, man. Take him to the Derby next time, because that's what this about.
See, right there. He don't appreciate it because he ain't take me to the Derby. His ass with this about. No, he need me. We
Well-
go everywhere else together.
Well,
That's my next poem. That's my next poem.
Well, I tell you what, he got a year to write the next poem.
Yeah, yeah, because that's my next one. Why I ain't at the Derby? That's another problem right there. You know you need me. You take me everywhere, but you don't take me to the Derby. Oh, for real? For real? Really?
He's hurt by that. Steve.
Really, huh? You gonna go
That's
to
at
Derby without
another
me?
level, dog.
I don't get. How, oh man, I can't believe it.
All right, look, coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to talk about some sports pranks
Just
and
start
highlight
taking your ass to Vegas.
and highlight the NBA games. All that coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Despite being in the middle of a second-round playoff series, veteran Philadelphia 76ers found the time to play a little prank on rookie Zhaire Smith on Saturday. Smith walked out to find his car filled to the roof with popcorn, and his fellow rookie teammate, Shake Milton, was recording his reaction.
That's
in
how
the
you do
video.
a prank, baby.
That's how you do a prank, man.
You guys saw this, right?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Well, okay, in the video, Smith did not look amused at all by this prank. You can't tell what kind of car it is. It's royal blue, maybe a sports car, but this is there is popcorn all over the front seat and on the floor. This would not be funny to me at all. Greasy popcorn everywhere in my car? Do you guys think? Tommy, I'm going to ask you, since you're the king of pranks. Is it taking?
It's a great prank, Shirley.
Was it
but
gone
that's
too
an ass
far?
whooping, though. That's a great prank, but that's an ass whooping right there.
We tell you that every day. What's the difference?
Shirley,
You think
I ain't put no
popcorn in your car is
in
a-
your car. I ain't done that.
You
I
told
done
a
called
man
you.
you was at the airport about to drive off with his wife.
And you got a problem with popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, what's wrong with that, though?
You so
Can I say
damn
something? I know I'm
stupid.
Team Tommy, but I can't understand your logic on this one. I really
Wait,
can't.
what'd you say?
I'm still
What'd you
Team
say,
Tommy.
Team Tommy? What
I'm
was
Team
that?
Tommy, but I can't
Okay,
understand
Jay.
the logic.
The popcorn is a little messy, Jay. Now, if you want to really do it, you do jelly beans or something. You know what I'm saying? Or Skittles, and you
What
fill it
really
all the
would've
way
been
up
funny
to the
was
top.
honey on the front seat. Honey.
Ooh. All right, here's another athlete, guys, that plays too much. Pro golfer Bubba Watson, you all know who he is. He recently admitted that he sends Tiger Woods random and annoying text messages to the point that Tiger either changes his number or blocks him. I love this. In an interview that Bubba did with the Loop, he said, I send Tiger so many text messages, just random stuff like, look at this bottle of water. So that might be why he blocks me. And Tiger's always like, can you please stop? Have you guys ever had to block anybody from your phone? That is the question,
You know what
guys.
I like about the golfer Bubba? Bubba
What?
is just a big guy, a regular guy who plays golf, and he
Country
don't really
boy.
give a damn. He just
Yeah, he
don't,
likes-
man.
Yeah. For the love of the game and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
That
and
boy
life,
can play his
too.
ass off.
And he can
He
play.
can play. He
Yeah.
definitely can play. Right.
You humble too, man.
Really cool dude.
That's
But
funny.
the fact he annoys Tiger is
He's
funny.
just worrying.
Look at this
worrying
bottle of
the heck
water.
out of Tiger.
Tiger ain't
I
got
blocked
time for that.
Tommy.
You blocked
Why
Tiger,
do you
your
do
own
that
nephew?
though? Why do you block me? I don't understand that. I mean, I sent text messages to him like, is he not getting my text? And then when I call him, I say, dude, I done text you 10 times. He said, I ain't got now one of them. How are you not getting my text?
Are only
You-
tall people allowed to text you, Steve? Is that it?
Shirley, that was not
No, I
necessary.
just don't.
That's,
Wow.
hold on,
Say
Steve.
nothing.
Wait
That
on.
was Shirley.
Shirley,
That was
Wow.
you
necessary.
cannot pip pop team. Like that, you can't do that.
That was a good one, though. Let's just say that was a good one,
That
though.
was good, but
That
you're
was
not supposed to
good.
be in
Let's
these
give it
radio
that.
games.
Give
She
Shirley
said,
that.
"I
That was
just
good.
did."
Man, that was good. Only tall people allowed to text you?
And
there's gotta be a
personally,
reason.
Shirley, I'm a little short with you for doing that. I really am.
Oh, look at Team Tommy now. Look at this.
No, I'm expressing my upsetness. That's what I am doing.
Really,
Okay,
man.
you know what?
But hold
You know
up,
what?
hold
That's
up,
it. That's it.
Hold up,
That's
though,
it.
hold
It's-
up, though. Hold up, though. Wait a second.
Okay.
Shirley, that wasn't that big, really.
See.
That wouldn't
All
look
right.
up.
You know what? I'm telling all y'all right
Can
now.
I just say this?
No,
Steve?
no, hold on, Jay.
What,
the
Jay?
pranking is on. So all y'all be ready. Every
wanna
last
say,
one of
Shirley,
y'all be
That was very
ready.
small-minded of you. Very small.
You said be ready. Boy, I'm be standing so tall, ready for this.
Yeah.
I was a little
Okay.
off, little bit.
Ooh, that's my
off
jam.
with
That
that,
is my
right?
jam. Tiny bubble.
Okay. I'm pranking everybody, and I mean it.
All I want to say, you was off just a tiny bit, okay? You was off just a tiny bit.
Murder the hits. It's a small world after all.
Boy.
I'm pranking everybody, and I mean it.
Tommy.
What?
I love you. Love
Nah, I don't want to hear
Man.
that. I don't want to hear that. I do not
You
want to
have
hear
to be
that.
short with him on that. That was very. Yeah.
Be mad about that.
But anyway, Steve, answer his text. That's not it. Answer him, okay?
Yeah.
He
All
will
right,
not
Junior.
pick up.
Y'all crazy.
He only answers tall. Okay,
And then when he finally answers the phone,
Give me
Shirley.
one more time. Just a little bit. A little bit.
That's the jam. But that was a cold cut.
That was
there.
a little itsy bitsy tiny weeny yellow polka dot.
See.
I'm not doing that. I'm not.
And Shirley,
And I'm
when
not
he
laughing,
finally
Tommy.
does
I'm-
answer the phone, he says,
What?
"What?" And I'm like,
Show
"You
Shirley
serious?"
what a small world you're living in your mind, really.
I know.
Keep on, Jay.
But it's
Any
like this, though,
NBA
man.
Team Tommy, Timmy.
I mean, sometimes you
know
have
Team Tommy.
Sometimes you have an itsy bitsy spider come and sit down beside her. You got to deal with it.
I'm not approving none of that. I'm through with this. I'm being short with this. This is it.
Mary had a little lamb.
Ooh, y'all
kind of
ain't
lamb?
ready. I swear y'all ain't ready.
Little lamb.
It just goes to show it's a small world after all.
It is.
That you live in.
You did, man.
Tyrion. That's
Oh,
all
boy.
I have
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Shirley,
I
can't
watched
believe
him
it.
last night.
Boy, it's good, too.
Yes. Hey, Tommy.
Mm-hmm. Everybody be ready, and I'm recording every one of them. All y'all getting pranked, so
In
you
other words,
don't
you
know.
bring cases on all of us, huh?
Yeah,
Right.
All you personalities.
Hey,
I just
Tommy,
did a little something.
Yes,
and
sir.
I was
prank
out.
me. Can you just do a short one?
Okay. All right, everybody be ready.
Tommy, it sounds like you're a little offended.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
Take offended off.
Offended. Okay.
Did you go see the movie?
You know what? This does not measure up to what he's used to doing, really. It
Yeah.
don't. You know, and he's upset about it. He really is.
Tommy, you playing this summer?
Okay, we gotta go.
Tommy, are you playing this summer?
Playing what?
Boy, Little League.
Let's go to break.
You know what? I just want to step aside and say Team Tommy all the way. Team Tommy.
Are you playing this summer? What?
Yeah.
Little League.
Leagues.
Where else she gonna play at?
You know what? Pop Warner don't want to hit us no more.
Pop Warner. Okay.
All right,
Jay,
we
you
have
better
more.
be ready for this, boy. I'm coming at y'all.
More of the big Steve Harvey Morning Show coming right up after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In trending stories, guys, Avengers Endgame is now the second highest grossing worldwide release ever. Worldwide.
My
They
what?
doing it, bro.
God, that movie was so good.
It
Behind
hit-
what?
it hit the I'm gonna tell you, it hit the $2 billion mark in only 12 days. Domestically, it's taken in $619.7 million, and among the weekend's 3 new releases, The Intruder came in second place. Oh, that's good, Michael
That was
Ealy.
a good movie, really good.
Yeah.
Movie.
How much they do?
$11 million.
But can I say something about The Intruder? What? If I see another Negro run out in the yard with a bat after somebody breaking in their house, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. This is the third
taking
damn
your
time.
ass outside with a bat for.
Where is the gun? That what you asking, Jay? Where's the gun?
And when does black people start buying all these bats?
I came from the black household too.
When did black folks start buying all these bats?
Okay,
but
yeah.
It was a good movie. Michael Ealy
It was
did
a good movie. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta go check it out. Intruder, 11 million. Long Shot, 10 million. Ugly Dolls, 8.5 million.
Good movie.
Captain Marvel, 4.3 million.
Great movie.
Captain Marvel's still on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.3. Yeah. Wow. So we got some movies to go see. Avengers Endgame. I wanted the hype to die down. I like the Avengers, but I just wanted the hype to die down.
Shirley, I heard
see
about
Intruders
a fight
in the
at the
all-black theater. Trust me on this one, okay? Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
Oh, you saw Intruders in the all-black theater?
They talked through the whole damn movie.
He said, "Don't watch it."
Girl, don't go in there.
They had everything down.
We do, Jay. You know how we do.
Hey, dog. Hey, dog. Hey, dog. I talked to this white guy. He said, when I go to movies, I find black people to sit next to. He said because the commentary is better than the movies.
It is.
Steve, this lady, I was in the movie, the lady yelled out, they about to have sex because you can tell by the music.
They just holler out anything.
Wow.
You can tell by the music they about to have sex.
They like attention, don't they?
Oh, they love it. They love it.
Now listen, check this out. You know everybody's real serious about the Avengers. They got the following is amazing, right? Somebody came out of the theater.
Yeah.
Of course, you got people waiting to go in.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody came out and yelled what happened at the end and got their ass whooped.
Man.
Well, they have asked people not to give away the ending. They have asked people not to do that.
Yes, surely, but I'm talking
Tommy,
about...
did you hear the story about the girl that shot her boyfriend because he told the ending? She shot him.
I'm trying to tell you.
What?
I ain't
man,
see that.
These people serious about the Avengers.
Well, I mean, you remember the people that stayed in the movie theater that was leading up to the Avengers Endgame. They stayed in the movie theater 3 days straight watching all of the Avengers from the first one to get ready for Avengers Endgame. Stayed in the theater. That means they had to sit in the seats. They had to sleep there. They had to use all of that.
No,
all of that.
That's a funky movie
crazy.
there.
I haven't seen any Avenger movies. I saw Iron Man and Spider-Man once.
Yeah.
Each. I haven't seen all the Spider-Mans or all the Iron Mans.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way I can watch. I saw Black Panther.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Black Panther is in the Avengers. I spoiled it. Did I mess it up, everybody?
Probably watched it on the plane.
Look, we got to get out of here.
You're going to get your ass whooped.
We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve. So when we went to break, we were talking about how it's all over social media, all in the tabloids and everywhere that you and Marjorie were getting a divorce.
I don't.
And you have no money.
I don't get it, man. I do not get it. I don't know why people are not happy for one another. I just don't get it anymore, man. I don't know what people want, man. Do they not want to see nobody make it?
Where did it come from, man?
From anywhere, bruh. The internet is full of lies. If you get your information off the internet and tabloids, you're in trouble.
Yeah, seriously. But Steve, I have to say, despite all that, despite all the phone calls we all received about your divorce and everything, you had the best clapback ever. And
it was good now.
Instagram.
It was funny.
Oh, you had the best clapback ever. Can we play some of that? We have that clip.
And it was no rehearsal.
No, it was funny.
It was greatness, though. It was greatness, I tell you.
My son walked up and we rolled. Let's go.
I was getting a divorce. I just read that online. Is that true?
Yeah, I heard that too. You leaving me?
We getting a divorce?
You leaving me?
I mean, I read it, but
but if you leaving, when was you gonna tell me?
I didn't know I was leaving. I just found out I was leaving.
I just read it online.
I read it too.
Where you reading at?
I don't know. I read it somewhere.
Well, when they say we getting a divorce though?
I don't know, Stephen. When are we supposed to be getting one?
They said y'all was getting ready to do it right now.
Again?
They say we broke too. We ain't got no money. You got to take all that back.
I mean, I already wore it.
Y'all got a filter on this where we can change the color where it look like she ain't wearing.
Stephen, what you gonna do, baby? I mean,
we ain't got no money. All the money go. That's what they said. Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta go tell.
Did you spend all of it, or I spent all of it?
You spent the money. They said you spent all of it. You ruined us. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I gotta go talk to this pilot and tell him we got to get the hell out of here because we can't fly on that plane.
We just got to the Derby.
Yeah, but we got to go now because we ain't got no money for the plane. I'm going to tell the pilot we ain't got no money.
But Steve,
what?
How we gonna get home, baby?
We got to ride Uber, girl.
The best clapback ever, Steve.
I love it.
We got to ride Uber, girl.
Meanwhile, you're at the Kentucky Derby balling out. Letting them haters know, Steve. Letting them have it.
That was Friday night we did the video. This was Saturday, probably in the middle of the divorce. I'm not sure when it was happening.
All right, coming up next, the last break of the day and Steve's closing remarks right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so Steve, this is our last break of the day, and you wanted to do something special.
All right, I got. I want to say something first, and then I'm gonna let my friend talk for a second.
Okay.
All right, so let's go. Today, I want to have a conversation with you all about faith. You know, I think a lot of people don't like talking about faith because for some reason, I don't know, man. I just think a part of it is political correctness in our society today. I think some people don't talk about faith because so many people are from different faiths. But when I'm talking about faith, I'm merely talking about the belief in God. That's all I'm talking about. You know, for whatever your faith is, I'm cool with everybody's faith, man. I'm not that judgmental guy. I'm not the guy that says if you don't believe what I believe, yours is off base, because that's not true. That's just 100% not true. All faiths are valid. Every faith is valid that is God-based. All of them are valid. I don't care if you're Jewish, Muslim, Catholic, Protestant, Gentile, Jew. I don't care. I don't care. As long as your faith is God-based, the belief that God is who he is, that's all that matters. I want to talk to you about faith for a minute from the standpoint of what are you and God talking about? Because, man, I've learned so much about faith. A friend of mine sent me a scripture, Psalms 5:3. And it's an important scripture, man, because what it did for me was it taught me something about my faith. Because if you're a person of faith, then you have a relationship with God, and God has a relationship with you, and he hears you when you cry. And it was sort of ironic because I had started having my morning meditation a few weeks ago, and I just can't even tell you how it has completely changed the outcome of my days. It hasn't stopped anything from happening, but it has changed the way I cope with it and the way I look for it. See, I don't worry about tomorrow anymore. Oh, I'm making plans, but I'm not worrying about tomorrow, because I was reading something somewhere that you cannot change by worrying. You cannot give yourself 1 hour of extra life from worrying. If you worry, you can't add an hour to your life. So if by worrying you can't even add an hour of time to your life, which is one of the most important things you can have is your time, why would you worry about anything else? So in the morning when I'm talking to God, Psalms 5:3, I always ask God in the morning to hear my voice. When I'm praying to you, I'm asking him to hear my voice. And after he hears my voice, then I wait for him with an expectation that what I cried out for will happen. No doubt, no worry, it is going to happen. Now, it may not happen that day, but since I put in my request with that kind of faith attached to it, God's promises never come back void. God has never told us he would do something for us and he didn't do it. God didn't ever promise something to be so and we found out later on it wasn't. All of God's promises is true. His word don't come back void. So when you do that, man, you put your prayer out there in your meditation, you put it out there with the faith and you look for it expectantly. And that has changed me. Are you discussing your future with God? He wants us to make decisions. Now, he would love to be included in the decision-making process. That's the relationship he wants with us. But when God allows you to make a decision, a plan, he wants to hear your plan. Sometimes your plan are in line with what he is, and sometimes he needs to make an adjustment. So when you ask God for something, and at the end of it you say, God, let your will be done, then guess what? I may ask for something, but I always tag with, let your will be done. Because if it's not your will, then show me whatever that is. Because his adjustment that he makes is going to be way better than your plan. God's adjustments is better than your plan. And the cool part about it is when he makes the adjustment, you're going to agree with it. Because it's going to be spot on, just right. So, J. Anthony Brown, what would you like to say, sir?
I like to say, please go to the hospital and check yourself out. And I would say, everybody, I need your prayers. Today, I start my first chemotherapy for leukemia. And it's all because I got checked out earlier. It's very important. I think my announcement could help some other people.
Yeah.
And it's about faith. I have not changed my attitude toward God or my attitude toward faith. I know I'm going to beat this. I know I'm going to kick this in the behind. It's not anything I'm worried about. I have not changed my attitude one minute, one iota. I will lick this. So I just wanted to put that out there. I need your prayers. I start today. Pray for me. Thank you. And that's all I have to say. I hope it'll
Come on,
help
prayer
somebody else.
warriors. Yeah.
Come on. We need
got you, man.
Yeah. It's a lot of good
Praying for
people
you,
out
Jay.
there. We got you in our prayers, man. God going to deliver.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, he's a healer, boy.
Of
day.
all things. Of all things.
Yeah.
So that does it for us this morning. All of y'all that know prayer, we need you. Let's go. Let's go to work.
Let's go.
J. Anthony Brown, you're top of the list, pimp.
Thank you,
Let's
man.
go. Yeah.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit steveharveyfm.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.